It's Chris. Welcome back to my channel. So today you find me here at Culdaremore on the River Lyon. Stay tuned to the end of this video and I'll go through what it costs and my thoughts and feelings on my 2 days here. Well, I got to apologize guys to everybody. I know I said I was going to go off to Ireland, I was going to do lots of fishing throughout the summer, but unfortunately life, business and the weather just got in the way. I set up a business in July 2005. July 2025 was going to be our big anniversary party, which we had, but the star of the show was going to be my mum. She was going to come on up and go to that event, but she took ill. And then of course we also had one of the worst droughts and heat waves the UK has had in a well, at least a couple of years, maybe more. And I just thought, no, I'm not going to waste money, time and energy going fishing when I'll probably manage a couple of hours in the evening where it's just too hot to fish during the day. And I did that in 2023, I think it was. I came up during the heat wave and I ended up doing a few evening sessions, but it was just total waste of money. So I just thought, no, I'm not going to do it. So apologies to everyone who was hoping for a video. That's just what happened. Mum took ill. I didn't want to be traveling. I was worried about her. She's a lot better now. She's fully recovered now, but I was worried about her. So I really didn't want to be, overseas. All right, Hannah's not really overseas, but you try walking there, son. From old Only Fools and Horses, if you get that gag. So yeah, I just really wanted to kind of stay as local as possible for her and and everything else. So that's why there's been no videos. Yeah, so anyway, my itinerary for this trip looks amazing. Today you find me here for 2 days at Culdaremore. Do stay tuned for the full review at the end of this video, how much I paid, what my thoughts were, etc. And then for the rest of the trip I'm looking at Kinkell Bridge tomorrow on the River Lyon. Got Lower Bullfrax for 2 days, and then I'm going down to fish the Annan for a few days as well. Yeah, actually hitting up quite a few places on the Annan. All looks really good. And looks on budget too. So that's my day. I do hope you enjoy this video. If you do, don't hesitate to give me a massive thumbs up, hit subscribe, and I hope you enjoy this video. Proper job. Okay, it's Chris, back out. First time fishing in a long time. Today I am fishing with my little Shakespeare Oracle switch fly rod, 11-foot 7/8 weight. Can't remember what the line is. Airflo reel. I'll put all the stuff in the description. And I'm fishing with a beautiful hand tie fly by my good friend Matt's Trig at fishing_Swede to Red Francis, and I'm fishing on a new river. This is the River Lyon at Culdaremore, I think it is. And as I said in the intro, I fished above the falls yesterday, or tried to anyway, but it was wet and wild yesterday, and as such I couldn't actually hardly get a line out because it was so overgrown. And I will go through the stick around to the end of the video and I'll tell you all about my experience here. Because it has been quite an experience. So this is called the Below the Falls pool, I think. I'll put the beach names up, oh sorry, the pool names up when I edit the video later on, of course, if you're interested. But yeah, River Lyon, never fished it before. Heard some good things from people who fished in other locations. Myself, it's my first time on this river. This bit really reminds me, actually, of parts of the Findhorn. So it is, what's the date today? October the 7th. I'm up here fishing in Scotland for about 3 weeks. Just to kind of finish out the season, really. I am, I've got a pretty extensive itinerary. Plus I'm also going to be joined by my good friend Scott, who is flying up from Cornwall today. So I have to go and pick him up from Edinburgh Airport this afternoon. But he'll be joining me for, what was that? He'll be joining me for some fishing. So if you're new to my channel, please understand I record fishing videos regardless of whether or not I catch a fish. For me, it really is about the experience. Getting out in this amazing countryside and generally being out with Theo is having a whale of a time as usual. And I'm just quickly fishing through this pool because I've only got the morning here. I've only got the morning. Well, until 1:30. So, oh no. Thought it'd be too good to be true. Oh, this didn't lose the fly. Hey look, I caught a stick, a sea stick. Yeah, so I'm just kind of casting out across. It's really quite fast here. The pool descriptions in the email sent to me by the hotel, well, I don't know what whether the pool descriptions are very accurate for yesterday, but so far today it's pretty it seems to be pretty accurate. So this is like the, let's say it's like the main. Salmon tend to lie off these rocks directly in line with my fly rod. I mean, it's really deep. It's lovely. When they said the Falls of Lyon on the description, I was thinking bloody Niagara Falls. I wasn't thinking it was just going to be a step like that is. Nevertheless, great to be out. Great to be out. Oh. Casting with the switch rod again. It's been ages. Ah, Well, that was a bit of a shock. I just stepped off what I thought was a rock onto what I thought was going to be beach, or you know, a bit of shingle. I've gone up to my waist. That could have been a lot worse. That could have been a lot worse. That was a shock. Didn't look that deep. I got to say, the water clarity is actually pretty good, surprisingly. Yeah. Oh, geez. Yeah, the water clarity is like, it's a bit like the Spey actually. It's got a kind of peaty colour. Very clear. Very clear. So, tricky wading from this pool. Oh, gee whiz. Come on. But rocky. Okay, I think if you stay to the side, close to the bank. Yeah, very much like parts of the Findhorn. Can you get out? Out. Come on, out. Yeah. Yeah, bonkers you are, Theo. Yeah. I love all these big cliffs. Oh, look at that. I don't know if you can see that off with this camera. It's like a wooden walkway. It's gone now, or you know, yeah, it's like a plank and some railings. That is weird. I wonder if it used to be a footpath there. I love amazing old infrastructure like that. I mean, why did they put that in? Was that to reach here to fish, maybe? Oh, well, God. Incredible. I don't think you can see it up there above this tree. Amazing. So I think this is platform, but I think this is the pool called platform. I think what it's actually referring to is the platform across on the other bank, because a little bit further up I saw some ironwork and railings and boards, and then there's another bit just there. What an incredible feat of engineering to get all of that in. Yeah, so platform. Oh. Oh, it's 11:15 now. I'm fishing here by the kind permission of Fortingal Hotel, who I bought 2 days from them, but on the Monday I couldn't make it because I was still travelling. Storm Amy delayed me by a day, and still driving up on the Sunday from Oxford to T-Bay services was slightly challenging at times, not as bad as it would have been, I expect. But anyway, so I overnighted at T-Bay services, which is a great place for caravanners. If you want to know an overnight stop, it's not exactly cheap, but it's, you know, the convenience of it is pretty good. So I was there, and so I got into Perth on Monday, staying at Scone Palace camping and caravan site, which is a place I stay a lot when I'm up here. It's a really good location, even easier now the Tay crossing has been finished. So yeah, I was meant to be fishing on this stretch, the lower beat, on Monday, but for obvious reasons I couldn't do it. So I phoned the hotel and I said, look, I can't do it. Can I come down on Wednesday? It'll only be for the morning because I've got to go and pick up my friend from the airport. And they said, yeah, it's fine. So I didn't think anybody had fished it, because yesterday when I went to fish the upper beat, and basically I didn't record anything on the upper beat. It was a total waste of time. Everything was so overgrown and so difficult to get access to. I think I might have cast about 3 times and lost 2 flies. It was not a happy bunny. It was not a happy chat, that's for sure. So I came down here just to get the B-roll and put the drone up and everything, and I walked down to the pool I'm going to go down and fish at next, because there's no fishing on this bit. Well, you could fish it I suppose, but the next pool down is quite a nice long one, and so I came down and trees were down. Didn't look like anybody had been on here for ages, frankly. The water was really high, so you know, there was no way I could do it. I have a sneaking suspicion that I won't get to access Peter's pool in this trip here, because the guy said that they've got a corporate event, so they might be down there, and so I could go there in the afternoon, but unfortunately I'm going to pick up Scott from Edinburgh Airport. Okay, move down to the next pool now. This is a nice wide open pool, that's for sure. My switch rod might struggle with, I certainly can't cast over there with this rod, but I don't think I need to. I think there's a boil. God, come on. Yeah, there's a boil just there. So casting behind that. It's fairly deep, not in the water. I'm not wading, rather. I'm casting off the bank. This bank here. Now this bank here looks like it's been mowed, but it hasn't, I think. I think this is just the amount of water they had over the last few days rushing through here. Now the Lyon also benefits from freshets that are released by the hydro dam, and they release it, I think they release it at least every day, if not every other day. There's a link in the booking to take you to tell you when it's going to be. So they release some water. So yeah, it's I don't think it struggles for water. Maybe it did in the drought. Maybe it did, but. It's this nice, quite a nice wide section. There's a little fishing hut behind me, you know, grown into the bank and the foliage. Don't think that's been used in a long time. This is actually this fishing is managed on a 3 days a week by the Fortingal Hotel, and 3 days a week by Glen Lyon Estate, and the actual fishing in total is all part of South Chest Hill. Chest Hill. So I have a friend of mine, John, who I go shooting with, clay shooting, who used to come up here for a week without fail every year, same week. with his family and friends, take a lodge on the South Chester or that area, and used to fish, not maybe this beat, but maybe above the falls. I did drive up there yesterday. There's some nice little stretches up there, look really good. So John, I know you watch. Let me know when I see you next if you recognise this. It's fishing really nicely, great flow. What a location though. I just can't get over the amazing scenery and the forests and the river. Oh, it's idyllic. It's idyllic. One of the guys I go clay shooting with, it's like a bit of a thing we do every other week when I'm not fishing. It's a bit of fun, right? He goes, oh yeah, my brother does a lot of fishing. Not really? Because yeah, he spent 17 hours fishing once. What, you're joking? Yeah. I said, well, where does he go fishing? Oh, he does it on Red Dead Redemption 2. What? What? What's that? Obviously I know what it is. It's a computer game. Honestly, fishing on a computer game. How tedious. I bet he catches more than I do. Oh, hilarious. Right, I'll switch the camera back on if I've got anything to... Right, well, I've got my cup of tea. Okay, so that was Culdaremore. I was meant to be here for 2 days, and Storm Amy put a kibosh on Monday, and the hotel that runs the fishery said that I could come up here on Wednesday morning, but they said unfortunately I couldn't fish the Peters Pool because they've got a corporate event on. But I thought, well, that's very nice of them just to let me come back up here. Here's my thoughts and feelings on this stretch of the River Lyon. If you're looking at it, it's on FishPal for £40 a day. That's when I booked it. I would have to say that the upper stretch above the falls is probably not worth it. Very difficult to park, to find anywhere to park, and very difficult to access. Might be different maybe in the summer, but I just found it particularly tedious. Lots and lots of very overgrown bank sides, lots of rocks strewn everywhere, slippery surfaces. I fell over twice. I cast 3 times into the one pool I could actually access, get my rod into, and lost a fly straight away. And so on Tuesday I just didn't fish at all. I came back down here on Tuesday to do some B-roll and put the drone around because you just couldn't do it up there. It was just really tight. As I say, I came down here today. I can't fish Peters Pool, which is probably the best pool but I did get to fish below the falls and 3 further pools all the way down the river. But I've got to hot-foot it now over to Edinburgh Airport because I am picking up my mate Scott. He's coming up from Cornwall for a week of fishing with me. Thoughts and feelings on... I probably would come back to the lower stretch, this one that I'm on now, below the falls. That probably would be worth coming again, but the upper bit, for me, not really. Not worth it, in my opinion. If you like what they call combat fishing, you know, crawling over rocks and all that kind of stuff, young man's game, then that you'd probably enjoy it more. But for me, not worth it. So I paid £40 per day. Yeah, put it this way, I've never fished on the Lyon before. I was told to come and fish here, recommended in the comments. So I've come, I've seen, I've done a bit of it. I would probably try to come back here again maybe next year when I'm back up here on the Tay. and fish Peter's Pool and this stretch again. But yeah, not bad. 40 quid for the day. And you know what, it really just helped me iron out some of the sort of problems with my equipment, like my wading boot lace is snapped, and I got a leak in the waders. Oh god, all that joyful stuff that after I finished off on the Tay. Right, well that's it. So I had a phone call. Scott is on an airplane flying up from Exeter to Edinburgh Airport. I've got to go and pick him up, and then we've got about 12 days of fishing lined up. So I'm on the Tay tomorrow. Sorry, I'm on the River Erne, Kinkale Bridge tomorrow. Then the next fish will be Lower Bullfrax on the Friday all day, and then also in the morning on the Saturday there's the end of season barbecue that Jim runs, so looking forward to seeing loads of people for that. And then next week I'm down on the River Annan. Got about 4 days worth of fishing on the Annan, pardon me, 2 beats, Newby and somewhere called Cluchhead, I think. So I'm looking forward to that. And then after that, possibly, depending on weather and finances, I might be hitting up the Borderesques and finishing off my season on another new river. So stick around. If you enjoyed this video, please don't hesitate to give me a massive thumbs up, hit subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. Proper job.